I've been like too busy, like especially with this YouTube stuff. It's like I'm juggling full-time work, trying to make time with my girlfriend, trying to make time with friends, trying to make time, and then I gotta do YouTube. So it's like it's hard to have any free time to do like anime stuff or video games. I just started playing fucking World of Warcraft. My dad, my dad, he's like 50 and he loves World of Warcraft. He's been
That's so
playing,
sick.
yeah, he's been playing it since I was like a kid, and like since it came out, and he gave me a free account. He's like, go ahead and play it. Because I played it before, but only a little when I was young. And I
Yeah.
started playing it, and like fuck, that game like takes over your brain, man. It's all I've been thinking about. It's like that feeling I get when I don't know if you ever played like Dark Souls or
Yeah.
I get, yeah, those games like when you play it like Bloodborne, like you play them, you go do anything else. All you thinking about is playing the game again. It's same thing with World of Warcraft. I just want to go back and play it again.
Well, yeah, WoW is great. I was more of a Hearthstone guy, but my friends were very much into WoW, and I saw it damage their lives. But it's such a fantastic game. It really is. It's
Yeah,
so fun. Best MMO if you ask me.
yeah. It's I love games that make like worlds that you can just get lost in. It's like it's that feeling of like it's almost as if that there is another world besides our world that you can go into and just live in, and it's so cool. It's so cool.
I wonder if that's why Isekai is so popular now, because you have an entire generation of people who either
Oh
played
shit.
or they saw their parents or siblings playing games where they would disappear for hours at a time.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Holy shit, that's probably a big reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Like, because Isekai is not new. Like, I remember Escaflowne, I remember Dot Hack Sign,
Yeah,
Magical Knight Ray Earth. Like, all of these series were very big series in the 90s and early 2000s, but it's only until like you got all those other like Shield Hero, Log Horizon, SAO, Overlord, all these big series. But it's like it came at a time where there was like a 10-year gap of any real isekai series.
yeah.
Digimon was like the last big isekai series, and no one even acknowledges that as an isekai.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably because like isekai, like because of that premise of like getting lost, it's just such a good way to start a show. Like I feel like anybody can get into that. Just like, oh, this dude gets lost in another world. Like I feel like anybody can get into that as like a first episode.
Mm, mm.
Do you have a favorite anime or manga?
Yeah, I do. My favorite manga would be Tenjo Tenge because
Okay,
of the art, and also because I that was my first series I started with from chapter one all the way
okay.
to the end. So I followed that for like 13 years. Um, Naruto is a guilty pleasure, but it's just because it for me it did everything that Dragon Ball Z did right, and then it maximized those things.
Yeah, yeah.
So even though there are a lot of flaws, I like it. Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer, oddly enough, like I know I have weird opinions about modern anime, but I do
Yeah.
believe Demon Slayer, just because I have siblings, so I really relate to Nezuko and Tanjiro, and I really like the direction the series goes. Did you read Demon Slayer all the way
So I
through?
haven't watched it, and but I haven't. I wanted to ask since you read it and watched. I
Okay,
want to ask you.
sure.
All I hear about it from people, a lot of people, is like, because you know it's kind of huge now, so there's always gonna be like negative opinions on it.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of things like about like the animation carrying it, like that's why it's so popular. Is that true, or is it actually a good story? Or is it really just the because I know it's Ufotable and they make everything look great. Would you
Um,
is it the animation that's carrying it? Like, is that why it's blowing up?
I'd say yes. I'd say yes. That's accurate because right, the best part of Demon Slayer has yet to be told, and it won't even be told in season two.
Hmm.
I feel like even with like to bring it back to JJK again, I feel the best part of JJK, like what actually makes it deserve the hype, has yet to be animated and will take some time.
Talking
So
about the Shibuya arc?
yes,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So I think Shibuya arc is huge. I think the last arc of Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer is a very well written series and it does things so differently from other shonen. So like anyone watching it now and they love it, they will really love it later on. But
Okay.
I never guessed it would have been this big because I honestly the animation is carrying it. Because
Okay.
the first like 50 chapters of Demon Slayer, I was so fucking bored. I was watching it because like I like Nezuko and I like Tanjiro and everyone else I couldn't stand. So the first 50 chapters, which is basically what's been animated and the movie, it was like they had to improve on this for the anime in order for it to be popular, which they did, and I know why they did. I think consciously they knew that the beginning was like you read Reborn, right, or watch Reborn?
Oh yeah.
So you know how the first like 20 or so
Oh, like
episodes of Reborn is kind of hard
30
to get
something.
into.
It's just like a it's like a slice of life anime.
Exactly, that's what
Like,
Demon Slayer was like.
yeah.
And
Oh
they
yeah.
changed the pacing for the anime, but no, honestly, I recommend getting into Demon Slayer at your own pace. Like, don't rush into it.
Yeah.
But it's a very good show. It's one of my favorite shonens, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. I love Reborn, but it does have that feel of Like it feels like you're watching a show that's getting rewritten as you watch it.
Yeah.
But I
Like
do really like. Did you watch all the way through or read
yeah,
all the way through?
I love Reborn.
There are like parts of it that I love. Like I love the characters like Yamamoto, who he's
Mm,
like this clueless like baseball player who loves like who eventually like gets into swordsmanship. I like the main character. He
mm.
kind of does what like he kind of is like pre Deku in a way.
Yeah,
Suna like
yeah,
they kind of have the same thing.
yeah, I'd say yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think. The Ryoju was that his name? The dude with like boxes. He's like super hot blooded.
The bandit. Yeah.
Oh, that dude who's like who like takes over the school. He's like the student, but he has like dark hair, has like a
Oh my
purple
god.
flame, and he like takes over the whole school. Like the principal's scared of him. Like it shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that was good. I even like the small characters like Lambo
Oh, fucking love
with
Lambo.
Penier Bazooka. It was so
Yeah.
stupid. No, that was a good show. I love that show so much.
There are things in that like I've never seen other anime do. Like there's that villain towards the end of the series where they go back in time, and
Mm.
his whole power is that he can talk to himself from other like dimensions, like
Yes,
other
yeah.
timelines. I'm like, that is so unique. I've never seen an anime villain do that, where it's like his whole plot is he wants to take over the world in every single possible like dimension. And like that's so sick.
Yeah, yeah. No, Reborn was really good. I felt you can kind of tell at what point the editors came to the author and said, "Look, man, we're gonna cancel your shit.
You gotta
If you
make it a
don't change
shonen.
it,
You
we're
gotta
gonna
do a
cancel your
shonen
shit."
battle song. Yeah. No one's
Uh,
likes the life shit. You gotta make it a shonen battle manga.
Yeah, I know. It sucks that happened, but also it's good that it happened because it's like with so many series, like with Promised Neverland, for example, I felt that it should have made a stylistic change sooner than later.
Oh, man, didn't that show get butchered in the second
Yeah,
season of the anime?
yeah, it did.
Did they make a whole new
I
like
Okay, so
so I've
did
heard.
you watch Tokyo Ghoul?
I watched it up until I watched the first season and quit sometime after Route A or the second part.
That was a good idea that you did that. But like I think the same thing that happened with Tokyo Ghoul happened with Promised Neverland. They didn't anticipate how popular the series would be. So they planned to make the second season like finish off the entire series, which is why they fucked it up because Promised Neverland, they could have improved on the manga ending by advancing the anime and we all thought they would do that. And then the anime comes out and they condensed it even further. So it's like they never assumed that it would go on longer and be as popular, which is what happened with Tokyo Ghoul. And then
Mhm.
that it really leads me to believe that some studios like they don't know what the fuck they're doing half the time because anyone could have seen Tokyo Ghoul would have been popular, and
I think
Tokyo
so,
Ghoul
yeah.
would have been more popular if they didn't fuck up the anime. Same thing with Promised Neverland.
Yeah, I think yeah. You see those shows, like I would assume that they'd be popular just by looking at it, especially at Tokyo Ghoul. I feel like that's very like popularity like fodder. Like it's gonna blow up.